What's up, and welcome to Caleb Smith TV. This is your friend Caleb Smith bringing you a brand new live stream. Today we are going to be playing some more Adventure Quest Worlds Infinity Alpha version, the brand new Artix Entertainment game that just came out about 2 weeks ago. We are going to be doing some gem farming, some min-maxing, if you will. Some minimum maximization. So, pretty much, there is a thing. I'm just going to get right into it. I'm going to hop right into it. I hope everybody's having an excellent day so far. Thank you very much for tuning in. So, if you look here, on this game, you have things called gems. And you can, if we look here at like one of my weapons, such as the brand new excellent is just the adjective I'm using to describe the blade. It's not part of the blade's name. The excellent Bloodrut blade that we just got last week on live stream last week from the Bloodrut. What's it called? Bloodrut something. I mean, we could just call it Bloodrut, but there was holy crap, this is getting confusing pretty. Bloodrut Keep, that's right. The Bloodrut Keep storyline, the keep part was very important. If we take a look at our Bloodrut blade here, we just got that last week. It's like the best weapon that you can get right now, but I did hear that they added a new awesome weapon that might be even better. We'll have to check that out later. But if we check out the Bloodrut blade here, we'll see that in order to equip it, in order to equip any of our weapons, here's a perfect example. You see this Grim Skull Staff of Vengeance right here? It does not have a common weapon gem attached to it. And that is because we have not equipped it yet. Now, in order to equip a weapon, you first have to power it up by clicking the power up button. If you've never equipped the weapon before and it does not have a gem inside of it, you have to click power up. And then that will automatically put a common weapon gem inside of the weapon, which is pretty cool because it enhances the weapon. So we could see this one says common power 24, 27, 34 damage, and then we could see all the little buffs it's giving us. +6 strength and +6 intelligence, probably some of the most important buffs that it's giving us, because those things sort of increase our damage output. So that's sort of the baseline of how gems work. As you can see, all my weapons have gems, because in order to use the in order to use the weapon, you must have a gem. But it sort of automatically goes on to weapons. And, well, I take that back. I was going to say that you can equip pieces of armor without having the gems, but it turns out that in order to equip those, you must have a gem inside of them as well. So here's a helmet that I have never equipped before, the Founder's Helmet of Doom. In order to equip it, I actually have to power up, which automatically imbues it with a common helm gem, which is giving us some different stats. Okay, so here is another cool thing about gems. Gem stats, the stats that they actually that they give you on the gem, are completely randomized. Isn't that awesome? The stats that gems give you are completely randomized. Like if we look, here is a single gem that I have grabbed off of an enemy monster after slaying it. It is a hybrid cape gem, so this gem can only be used on capes. That is a very important thing to note about gems, is that certain gems can only be used on certain types of armor or weapons. So this one is a cape gem, so I can use it on one of my capes, and it's a hybrid cape gem at an epic rarity, to be more specific, which is really important. The rarity of a gem is very important because that sort of determines the power level of the gem. We could tell that this is a very strong gem because it's got a power 45, which is much stronger than the common sort of enhancements that we've had on, that I've already showed off, the common weapon gems on our common weapons. Go back to the cape gem. So another thing that you will note is that it says hybrid. Now hybrid is sort of the archetype of the gem. So it's sort of like the class exclusive. You want to use this on on a piece of armor that you plan on pairing with a class that wants the hybrid enhancement. If you understand what I'm saying. So if we look at my capes, or let's go look at the classes. So you'll see that Warrior wants a Fighter enhancement, Rogue wants Thief enhancement, Mage wants Wizard enhancement, Healer wants Healer enhancement, and Dragon Slayer also wants Fighter enhancement. So Hybrid is sort of like a type of those. It's Hybrid is like a mix. If we go and look at it, this one specifically, this one increases our endurance by a lot. That seems to be the high roll on this cape gym, since the stats are randomized on the gyms. It's like rolls. So the endurance on our hybrid cape gym seems to be the high roll, and strength is pretty high, intelligence is pretty high. And so the point of hybrid is like, it's in the name. It's like a hybrid of different stats. Instead of being focused on like two stats, like a warrior might be focused on nothing but strength and endurance, and a rogue might be focused on nothing except dexterity and luck. Whereas a hybrid sort of creates a class, a stat economy that sort of like melds all different stats together. Focusing a lot on endurance, most hybrid builds do focus on health, because the hybrid is like sort of like between tank and damage. That's what usually hybrid means, is that it's a mix of tank and damage. Instead of just being focused on one or the other, you sort of focus on both. And it can also mean that you focus on both strength and intellect, whereas most classes might just solely focus on strength if they are a fighter class, or focus on intellect if they are more of a wizard class. A hybrid can meld those two together and go for strength and intellect, and even add some endurance and become tanky on top of that. And since it uses so many different types of stats there, and that's why they call it the hybrid class. But or the hybrid enhancement, or archetype, if you want to put it that way. But anyway, that's the only cape gym, or that's the only gym that I've actually managed to get in my inventory. I've picked up a lot of gyms before, or I've gotten a lot of gyms before. I just didn't keep them because I preferred to only keep purple gems, which are of the epic rarity. That's pretty much what epic. The color of the gem signifies the rarity, and so if I'm not mistaken, red is common, because the red gem is common. And then I want to say, I'm trying to think of what uncommon. I think green is uncommon, and then blue's rare and purple's epic, if I'm not mistaken. I'm probably completely mistaken about that. I'm also doing some learning with you guys today. I've done some studying, but then I had to actually log into the game, get the stream rolling, so we can do some learning as well. So that's pretty much the baseline on gyms. And so each your class, let me go over here. Maybe classes don't actually require gyms, because none of my classes have gyms inside of them. However, armor pieces do have gyms. So I am seriously wondering, it seems that classes, even though it says it has a recommended enhancement, that the recommended enhancement pertains to your weapon and armor pieces. It does not pertain to the class itself, because the class itself cannot have an enhancement, which is actually different from the original Adventure Quest Worlds. That's actually completely different, because in the original Adventure Quest Worlds, you put an enhancement on your class, and then your armor has no enhancement. Your armor is purely cosmetic. It has no enhancement. And so your class sort of works as your actual armor with stats, and then the armor works as a cosmetic. It's actually flipped in this game, where your class does give you your skills and everything, but you don't put an enhancement on your class. You put an enhancement on your armor, so that way your armor actually does something for your class instead of just being purely cosmetic. I actually think this is a good change I'm just now noticing this change, and I think it's a great change. Pretty awesome. I'm glad they did it that way. Now armors actually mean something, and classes always mean something. And I'm going to point out one last point here. You will notice that I've mentioned it many times, but classes have different types of enhancement archetypes that they want to fall under, that they want their armor pieces to have. Well, that makes it perfect. You can just... Well, I say it makes it perfect. It does kind of make it a little... It makes it better in some ways, and it makes it worse in some ways. This little fact right here. And the fact is that for different classes that have different class archetypes, you want to have completely different sets of armor and weapons that you can switch between in order to fulfill those archetypes without having to constantly be imbuing and reusing gems over and over again on your one piece of armor. And so what that means is that if you see here, I have two different armors. So pretty much I would want to use one of these armors to be one of my fighter enhancements. I want to put my best fighter armor enhancement on one of these armors, and then I'd want to pretty much keep it that way until I get a stronger fighter enhancement for that armor. And then whenever I'm using a class that wants a fighter enhancement, I will switch to the armor that has the fighter enhancement on it. It's that simple. That way I don't have to use a gem on the armor that I'm wearing. I don't have to use a fighter gem on the armor I'm wearing. I can just switch to an armor that I have that already has the fighter enhancement on it, which means that I would have a whole preset armor, helmet, cape, and weapon. All of them would be preset with fighter, so that whenever I'm using a fighter class, I can just switch to those pieces of weapons and armor and just automatically have all of my fighter stuff equipped. And then the same goes for any of my wizard classes. If I switch to a wizard class, then I'm going to want to equip armor and weapons that have wizard enhancement already on them without having to use the whatever gem I have. So in that way, I would have multiple armor sets and weapons to switch between to fulfill different class archetypes. Very important. It was never really that way in the original Adventure Quest worlds. It could be that way, but it was never very efficient because they had certain weapons and armors that give you experience buffs and things like that, and it wasn't like you could have multiple copies of that armor. You could only have one copy of that armor, and so you'd usually put whatever class you're using at the time. You would usually just go to the enhancement shop and then enhance that all of your equipment to fulfill that class's needs. But in this game, what most of us are going to be doing is just having entire different armor sets that fulfill different classes' needs, and then we'll switch to those armor sets depending on what class we're using. So I know that some of that can be really hard to understand, but it's actually pretty simple, and it's very good. I think it's very good for the enhancement economy, not having to constantly upgrade whatever we're using at the time depending on what class we're using. We'll just already have different armor sets and things to switch to if we need to. What's up, Jelly the Lego Builder? You're playing Far Cry New Dawn. That's pretty cool. In Far Cry New Dawn, Jelly was driving and said driving is so boring. Oh, look, a deer! And hit it with my car in-game. Oh my goodness. You're crazy, Jelly. What in the world? Don't be hitting in-game deers. Okay? Like, the most I'll let you hit is maybe a wild hog because, you know, or a wild boar, perhaps, because wild boars can be pretty aggressive. But come on, a deer? It's just a deer. I mean, I get how deer are pretty fast, so chasing them could be pretty fun, but let's be honest, deer are not very hard to hit with a car while you're driving, because most of the time they automatically just run out in front of the car for some reason anyway. So, like I said, Jelly, leave the deer alone, maybe, this just for me, for this time around. Next time, the next go-round. Alright, so now that we've sort of explained exactly how gems work, I know it was a lot. let's go. I don't really have any gems, so let us go. Hold on a second. Okay, yes. Let us go. I'm going to show you guys how to get the best gems. You might be wondering, well, if we need gems, and gems are random, but we need the very best gems that we can possibly get, where in the world do we go to get those gems, and how do we get them? Well, I just so happened to find a YouTube video explaining, a YouTube short to be more specific, explaining exactly what we should be doing right now in order to be getting these gems. Now, it was 8 days ago, the video was posted 8 days ago, and in a game like this that's an alpha version, a lot can happen in 8 days, a lot of changes could be made. For example, I'll show you guys real quick. Last time, on one of our last streams we did last week, I slash joined River, and it looked crazy because there were just so many different monsters. And now if we join, it's very basic. You just got your Frogzards and your Zardmans. So this is what River was supposed to be. And I guess that how it was last week was sort of just a test. It was for testing purposes, which is definitely what I figured. It was just for testing purposes. Like, every monster in the game was on that map, and now it's back to looking like it's supposed to look with regular Frogzards and Zardman. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys. Well, I forgot how to get to the start. Actually, here we go. You pull up Grablin. You can pull up Grablin at the intro where we just were, at the very start, wherever you are whenever you first log in. Or you can click on Grablin in the top right up there, the little Grablin icon, and that'll pull up Grablin, the Shadow Empress, the Shadow Scythe Empress. And then, if you go to Grablin and you click Adventures and scroll down a little bit, it's right here, Quibble's Missing Boxes. Apparently, this is a great map that you can go to in order to farm gem enhancements. So let's go ahead and go there. I have never been there before, so I don't know if there's going to be a storyline or a cutscene or anything that pops up whenever I go here, but if there is, we'll go through it. Alright, there's no cutscene. And there are a lot of Sneevils, just like I was promised. So this map is called War Sneevil. You can look in the top right in order to see it. It's War Sneevil. You can slash. I'll show you guys how real quick. If we go to Battle On real quick, let's say, pull up to Battle On, and then slash join War Sneevil. Then it will also bring us to this map. And apparently this is the map that we want to go to in order to farm gem enhancements. And it's because of all of these Sneevils sort of laying around. Now, I was told that there would be a lot of people here helping farm, but there is actually nobody here. I'm not sure where everybody was, or I'm not sure where everybody is now. Maybe there is a better map to be farming and they all moved on to that map. Or maybe everybody actually found all the gems they wanted, so they left, which I pretty much doubt that. If nobody's here, and this is the best gem farm, then that must mean there's a new best gem farm. Which, like I said, it's been 8 days, guys. A lot can change in this game in 8 days. So, there probably is a new map that's better to farm gems. However, I don't know that map. I mean, I can... If anybody in the stream comments wants to and if you know the map, if you're in the stream comments right now, and you know the best map to farm gems, be a nice guy, or gal, and drop it in there. That would be great. Because right now I'm about to literally just go ask. Now, then again, the server population does just seem kind of low. Wait, we're in Battle on 939? What in the world? Why are we in Battle on 939? Hello! I'm gonna try to do some chatting real quick. Just see where everybody might be. Like, where's everybody farming gems? Okay, nobody's talking to me here. I'll try going to Yolgar. Pull up the Yolgar. Hello! Where is everyone farming gems? If we don't get a proper answer pretty soon, I'm just going to go farm in War Sneeble. By the way, to shout out the guy that showed me. Well, he didn't show me specifically, but the YouTuber that helped me figure it out. It was I'm a Kai MMO. This guy right here. Apparently he plays a lot of Adventure Quest Worlds, which is really cool. So if you guys want to go give this guy a like or a sub, you'll probably find a lot of helpful tips from him, which is really cool. And I would also like to be making short tips like this for my channel in the future to help you guys. But I'm more focused on the stream aspect right now, and actually streaming to you guys. Just shouts out to Imakai, because he's the one who put me on to the War Sneeble thing, which, by the way, nobody's responding to me. So I'm just gonna /join War Sneeble, and I'm gonna get ready to do some solo farming, because last week we actually went over the best classes. There's only 5 classes in the game right now. We went over the best classes in the game. We sort of made a tier list of the classes. I can run that down real quick. Dragon Slayer and Healer are actually S tier. Dragon Slayer might be a little higher than Healer, but it could be the other way around. I'm not sure, but from my experience, Dragon Slayer is a little bit better. Both of those are S tier. Warrior is pretty much A tier. It could honestly be B plus, but I just call it A. I call it a clean A because of the boss. Sort of the boss farming potential is really good. And then we have Rogue class, which is an A plus, also because of the boss farming potential. Rogue just has a lot of things going on for it, with the dodge plus damage that it has. And then finally, Mage is a clean C. C plus if you want to say that it's got the multi-hit for farming. But a lot of other classes have multi-hit as well, and they're a lot better than Mage. So Mage is like a clean C. It's just not a good class. Unless they updated it. It has been an entire week since I've streamed and since I've played. So maybe, just maybe, they've actually buffed Mage, which that's what I was calling for, since Mage is so low on the tier list. I really want Mage to be buffed up to at least A. I would like to be able to rank Mage at least A, and what that means is that it either has to be able to kill bosses by itself, or it has to be able to kill a bunch of units all at once by itself, without dying, by the way. It has to be able to kill a bunch of units without dying. And if it could do either one of those, then I will give it an A tier. But right now it is a clean C tier because it's not really doing either one of those. Just to prove my point, I'll equip Mage class real quick. We're about to get into some gem farming. What we're going for today, guys, is epic gems specifically. I don't really want any rare or uncommons. I would prefer epics because I believe the epics are the strongest rarity of gem that you can find, which means they don't actually have legendary gems right now, which is surprising. And I'm not sure if I believe that. But as far as I know, legendary gems are not in the game. Legendary enhancement gems are not in the game because nobody talks about them. Nobody has mentioned them. And whenever somebody talks about farming for gems, they always talk about epic gems. So I'm assuming that epic gems are the highest form of rarity of gem we can get. No problem. That means we're going to be farming for epic gems, going for the purple gems. And that's why it's super important to farm on this map, because you'll see there is a lot of enemies around, and they're not too strong, so we should be able to handle them pretty reasonably with some AoE. Then again, I am running Mage right now, so I don't know how that's going to go. And the most important thing about it is that these enemies are capable of dropping purple gems, purple epic gems, which is what we're going for. Not every enemy in the game has a chance of dropping epic gems, as far as I know. So you really want to make sure that if you're going for epic gems, to be farming enemies that drop epic gems, like these Sneebles here. Unless they changed it. And hopefully they didn't, And if they did, hopefully we figure that out pretty quickly. No promises on the deer part. I do it to get resources because New Dawn is post-apocalyptic, so hunting is how you get resources. My favorite way to hunt is to shoot the animal in the behind. Oh my gosh. You crazy, crazy Jelly. That sounds like a lot of fun. I'm glad that you're having fun on a new game, Jelly. Glad that you're having fun on the game. Far Cry New Dawn sounds pretty fun. My brother's a pretty big fan of Far Cry, so I'm sure you and him would get along. Now, let's get straight into the farming. I'm going to pop my shield. There we go. Hit a bunch of enemies all at once. Nobody's here helping me, sadly. This would probably be a lot easier. Now, hold on a second. I'm actually farming a little bit with Mage. Why did I run out of mana, and why am I not basic attacking things? Okay, we gotta run. We're not... Okay, sweet. Sweet. Okay. Well, that's what Mage is capable of doing on this map. It's not very good. Let's go for Warrior. Warrior has some multi-target. Trying to get as many of them in my range as I can. Dang it. There's a Sneeble standing behind me that I wish I could get to. But this is a pretty nice little spot. It's not bad. Let's try to get as many of them in our range as we can. Because we have a pretty big hit right here with that move. Taking considerable damage, but you can already see why I put Warrior so high in the tier list. Is because we just did a lot of damage and we sustained a lot of damage at the same time. So we're just going to keep trying to do that. The only problem is the range. What's up, I Soloed? Are you here to farm with me? That would be excellent. We're going to do so much damage together. Now, I got 3 items that dropped. And I am not interested in any of them. Oh no, did Solo died? Solo died! That's crazy. I wonder what class... Oh, we got a couple of gems. I wonder what class Solo is running for him to die that quickly. Come on. Alright, very nice. Let's get out. Let's check him out. Dragon Slayer. Oh, he's only level 1. That's why. I'm sure that Dragon Slayer can still do some work. Even on level 1, though. Okay, we got a pretty nice horde right there. They're all nicely grouped up. And this is exactly why I put Warrior so high. Warrior might actually be moving closer to S tier right now. Just because of... The reason I put it in A tier was because of its boss fighting ability. But it also has really good multi-farm ability as well. I'm going to keep all those. They're gems. It really has... Warrior has such good multi-farming ability, I might actually have to give it a clean S tier. I might have to move Warrior into S tier and then move Dragon Slayer and Healer to S+, which they already pretty much were. But I could just move Warrior into a clean A+. Anyway, let's check out these gym drops. We're gonna dust this common gym. We got a healer helm gym and a fighter armor gym. I'm gonna apply... Okay, so this is where sort of choosing an armor set to go along with certain classes is very good. Because right now I'm about to pick one of my armors that I want to be my fighter armor. Which is sort of tough because both of them have a fighter vibe. Both of them sort of... They definitely both look like fighter type armors. But that is okay. We'll make use of that. So this fighter armor gym is going to be raising our strength by 2, raising our endurance by 1, raising our dexterity by 4, and then lowering our wisdom by 1. Which is very interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm totally down to do it. Let's go ahead and apply the fighter armor gym to the undead Armageddon. Nice. Our undead armor has been has not been enhanced. What just happened? Oh, I see. So if you look at where it says fighter armor gym, this little icon right here that shows the gym with the armor on it, I was expecting that gym to be green since it's an uncommon enhancement. I was expecting that gym to be green. Okay, so you remember earlier how I said common enhancements are red? Because I was looking at a common enhancement and it was red. I take that back. Common enhancements are actually white, which makes a lot more sense. And all enhancements, whenever you're looking at equipped enhancements, they're all going to appear red. So you have to really pay attention to the rarity right here under the enhancement, under the gym. You need to look at the rarity. So in order to tell that I have an uncommon on my undead Armageddon armor, I have to look and see that it says uncommon right there. And that will let me know. Because there for a minute I was so confused. I thought I just lost my uncommon gem because it wasn't matching up. But then I looked and it said uncommon and it clicked. So I do now have that gem placed onto my armor. I really like the fact that I have an epic enhancement. Then we have a healer gym. I'm just going to dust it. I don't really plan on playing too much healer. Alright. Now that we figured out how strong warrior is, let's try out Dragon Slayer, because so far it seems that the best classes to go for multi-target farming would be... I wish Mage was one of them, but Mage is just not good unless you have a party. Would definitely Warrior. And as far as I know, Dragon Slayer was actually really good too, so we're going to check that out real quick. But first, I got to hoard them all up. Okay, now that they're all hoarded up, I'm going to try to see if I can... So if you sort of retroactively hoard them up, like, you can turn these melee classes into some good farming classes. You just gotta walk around and make sure that you hit everything, and then get into position so you can hit all of them at once. Something like that. Okay, let's see. I need to do the healing thing. That's what made Dragon Slayer so good, is just being able to heal. Like, so much. You can just heal and heal. Makes Dragon Slayer so much better than Warrior, which is why Warrior is solid A and Dragon Slayer is solid S. Because I'm about to heal right there and then just start hitting all of them and popping my ultimate. And yeah, I should be able to farm for a pretty long time like this. See what kind of drops I get. Doing so much damage. Let's go ahead and heal. Check drops. A fighter helm. That is really good. Fighter Helm Gem will discard. No. No, I accidentally discarded it. I clicked discard all. I didn't mean to do that. Did I actually just do that? Yes, I did. Alright. Make sure that I never do that again by accident. That was not good. I just discarded an uncommon gem that I was about to use. No problem, though. I'm really about to get greedy and get all of those Sneevils in a bunch together and then pop my ultimate. Go for a heal. Don't forget the basic attack. That's one of... Oh, moly. Basic attack. Basic attack. Why am I not basic? I'm bugged or something. I don't know what was happening. I really needed all of those basic attacks to be hitting and connecting. And my character was just not basic attacking much. Okay, there's one. Got 2, 3, 4. Pop ult because I don't want to deal with it. Pop a heal real quick. Okay, now I got all of them bunched up pretty good. I should be able to hit them all with relative ease. Don't stop basic attacking. That is how I get my good stuff. Nice. Okay, let's get out of here. Check my bag. Okay, didn't get really anything good right there. But, I'm telling you guys, this class is so good. Now, if we compare it to Healer, which is also an S tier class, but for different reasons, we'll see. I don't know. We could try it out. I don't have an enhancement for this. I'm rocking a fighter enhancement, so... No. And for some reason, I'm not multi-targeting. Oh, yeah, I gotta do energy flow. There we go. Multi-target. Multi-target. Okay, healer is really good. I mean, we knew this, though. Healer's going pretty hard right now. It's pretty simple. Here right now, live. They're slowly chipping me down, though. They are slowly chipping me down, but they were doing the same with Dragon Slayer. I don't think Dragon Slayer was lasting this long. I can keep going too. Holy moly. I got my cooldowns pretty much on like this perfect rotation. Wow, Healer is just so good. Healer might be stronger than Dragon Slayer, actually, with this kind of... what's going on? My abilities just stopped working all of a sudden. Healer is just lasting longer than Dragon Slayer. I think it's because the thing with Dragon Slayer is that you really have to time your combos in order to make sure that you get your heal, which is like your only form of sustain. But then Healer, all it has to do is press one button in order to get its heal. So it's kind of reverse. Whereas the Dragon Slayer is capable of dealing tons of damage at the expense of having to combo for its heal. Healer does less damage, But the heal is so easy to get that it doesn't matter. The heal is far more important on Dragon Slayer than it is on healer. Which is funny. Well, the reason it's so important on Dragon Slayer is because you'll die so fast without it. Which I guess healer would too, though. Like, it's a super important skill on healer. But it feels more important on Dragon Slayer because, like I said, without it, Dragon Slayer would be in real trouble. What's up, guys? Thanks for showing up to help grind Onyx and Parkwell. Appreciate you guys. It's going to get infinitely easier now that there's a few of us in here. And we should never die because I'm playing healer. Let me check my drops, guys. I've got a ton of drops. Oh my goodness. Let's keep this rare lucky armor. I just accidentally clicked keep all. No problem. Let's dust our commons. Dusting our commons because I don't care about them. Wow, lucky armor. We got to keep that for something else. Let's go ahead and apply our fighter gem. We just got a uncommon fighter helm gem. Let's go ahead and put that on our crowned Armageddon skull that we've been using. Nice. And let's see, we got some other stuff too. We picked up some stuff that I didn't really want, but since it's in our inventory, maybe we won't get those drops anymore. So I won't have that stuff flooding me anymore. That would be really good. Let me press some abilities so I'm helping whoever's out there fighting. And I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll keep the healer cape gem. Especially after experiencing how strong healer feels right now. We will keep the healer cape gem. Uh-oh. Computer crash, guys. Very funny. I was actually expecting this. I don't really know how this is going to affect it. I think it's just going to affect my, my screen. That was super strange. This shouldn't affect the stream too hard at all. We should definitely still be going. I just got to turn my computer back on. Yep. Yeah, just a black screen. Because I got to turn my computer back on. Alright, hold on a second, guys. Give me like a few minutes. Quick intermission. Sorry, got to get everything set back up. Not really, just got to get the game set back up. And then we're straight back into this gem farming. Dang it. I'm really glad I clicked keep all on that. Because I was still looking at everything I just got. And I'm really glad I didn't lose it. Alright, quick break, guys. Quick intermission. Sorry about this. Technical difficulties. Alright, and we're back. My apologies for the technical difficulty intermission there. So, basically, my computer, or my gaming device, the computer I use to game on, sort of crashes a lot out of nowhere. Something that happened while I was on streaming hiatus. It just randomly straight up crashes. Also crashes a lot whenever I'm playing League of Legends, but sorry that I'm mentioning League of Legends on the AQWorlds Infinity stream, but it's one of the games that I play in my free time because it's pretty fun. But League of Legends crashes a lot just like by itself, like the launcher. Everybody complains about the launcher because it just straight up crashes by itself with no help from my PC. And then, as you just saw, my PC crashes a lot just naturally by itself. Like I said, something that happened while I was on streaming hiatus. I think it's just like a storage issue. Could be a battery issue, but I think it's like a storage issue where I just have like so many different games and files and just streaming software and images and just videos and 2-hour streams that I've downloaded on this PC. Like, my storage is tanked pretty much, and I think it's a storage issue straight up, which basically means I just need to hard reset this PC and to see what happens. You know, hard reset the PC, install the games that I still play and everything, the games I still want to stream, and install the Adventure Quest Worlds Infinity, and install Steam, all that good stuff. And then boom, we should be good to go without any crashes after that. Hopefully that will fix the storage problem, which should fix the crashing issue. And if the crashing issue continues, well, good thing I have a warranty on this PC, because obviously I'm going to need to be using that. But sorry guys, sorry, I'm just going off on something completely random. I have something in my inventory. Apparently it saves your drops. Holy moly guys, check this out. So even though my PC crashed while I was in the middle of farming, I still got to get a drop. It still showed me some drops that I would have potentially lost. That is awesome, guys. That is such a good update. Not having to lose your stuff if your game crashes, or if your PC crashes, or if you accidentally log out, you can just log right back in like I did, and you'll still see your drops. That is great. Anyway, that's a lucky helm gem. We'll keep it. Okay, I'm gonna make a request to Artix Entertainment. We really need a gym tab in the inventory. We need a tab, like how I can click on my pet tab to look at all my pets, and I can click on my weapon tab to look at all my weapons. I really need a gym tab so that I can click it and look at all my gyms. Because otherwise, I just have to click on the straight up backpack button, which does display my gyms at the very top, but it also displays everything else with it, just kind of distracting me, sort of crowding that area of my inventory. And I would really just prefer it if there was a slot or a tab that I could click on to view all of my gyms. Okay, I am noticing this. So apparently, let's say I click on my armor tab, it will display my armor gyms with my armors. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't think this is a good way to try to sort gyms and to try to display gyms, is just by being like, well, here's all your helms and here's your helm gyms. Like, it's not terrible now that I'm seeing it, because I'm like, oh, okay, so this is how the gyms are sorted. Guys, I don't know. What do we think? Let me know in the comments what your thoughts on this is. My preference would probably be just to have a tab that I can click on in my inventory that shows all of my gyms together in one place, and it sort of shows them in order of not only rarity but also type. So like, show all of my armor gems together, show all my helm gems together. I don't know. I kind of see why they have it like this. Because like, let's say I want to look at nothing but armor gems. Well, I have to go to my armor tab, and then I'll see all my armor gems. Same thing for helm gems, cape gems, whatever. Right? So I guess I don't mind the fact that you can see certain gem types based on what tab you're on. I don't actually mind that feature. I don't think that you should take it out, but I don't think that it should be a complete replacement for the gem tab that I'm talking about. I feel like there should also definitely be a tab that I can go click on to only see gems and to not see anything else. But I also understand you have the gems displayed at the very top so that there's no way that you can miss them or potentially get distracted, like I said, by your other items, because, you know, just ignore those and just look at whatever's at the top if you want to see your gems. I understand that, but I think it would just be super satisfying to just have a tab that I can click on to see all my gems sort of in one area without having to see any other item type. Just nothing but gems. I think it'd be really cool to have a tab that I can click on where it's like that. So, what do you guys think? Let me know y'all's opinion in the comments, and then we'll take that to RTX Entertainment. We'll try to take it. We'll put our opinion. Like, it's really good to put your opinion out there, because you never know if RTX Entertainment might actually see this live stream, or at least this portion of the live stream, and actually make some form of change based on the community's opinion, because we are a part of the community after all. So it would be really cool. Just let me know what you guys think. That's my personal opinion. Gem tab, simple as that. You can keep it exactly how it is. Don't change anything. Just add a gem tab as well, instead of making the all tab the gem tab. I would rather let's just have a gem tab. But enough about that, guys. We got some cool stuff. We're still looking for fighter gems, though. Let's go ahead and go /join War Sneeble. Once again, I apologize about the PC crash, guys. Hopefully that's... Hey, there's a lot of people here. Anyways, hopefully that's not something that's going to be happening often. I know I kind of was like, oh yeah, I knew this was going to happen, and I just acted like it was normal. That's because it kind of is normal. But as far as for like the streams go, I definitely do not want constant crashing of my PC to be to become part of the streams. That would be pretty annoying for everybody involved. So I don't know, guys. Just bear with me on that issue. That's why I'm mentioning it instead of just acting like that's normal. I'm letting you guys know. We looking mighty fine, boys. Indeed we are. Say what up to the stream. You're live. No. Hey. Yes, sir. Sparkinos. Let me shout myself out real quick. Check out Caleb Smith TV on YouTube for proof. Usually I wouldn't shout myself out like that. I mean, I would shout out that we're live, but I wouldn't like... They probably don't believe me, though. They're probably like, this guy's just... He's not really streaming. I'm really streaming, guys. We are streaming the gym farm. This is like one of my first... guys, I need you to know I've streamed every second that I've spent on... Well, maybe not every second. There's been a couple of times where I've logged in off stream just to check out if there was any news or anything like that. But, like, as far as getting on to grind, I have not done that. Everything that I've done on this stream, or everything that I've done on this game, I've done on stream. Seriously. Haven't done a single quest without you guys. I'm keeping you guys here by my side the entire time. I mean, eventually, yes, I will probably play this game off stream for like very, very boring grinding purposes. I really don't ever plan on doing a quest off stream, I will say that. Unless it's, I need some mana, let me go heal. Unless it's like a super repetitive quest that I've done a bunch of times, like I'm probably not going to do any quest off stream. Like any quest, I want to do everything this game has to offer on stream. Pretty much. And that's why we're doing the grinding here on stream for you guys. Usually this is something that, you know, somebody might do. They probably do it on stream, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But a lot of people would probably do this off stream just because, you know, grinding's kind of boring. And they'd rather just go ahead and get that super awesome item or the super awesome enhancements like we're going for. And then go on stream and say, hey, look at my super awesome enhancements. Check them out, everybody. This is how you get them. Let's go do something else, though, because that was super boring. Well, don't even worry, guys. I don't care how boring things get. I'm going to make everybody bored. Why is it always purple hybrid? Good question. I got a purple hybrid, too. Good question. I also got hybrid purple. Is that a thing? Don't tell me that's a thing. Don't tell me hybrid is like the most common enhancement type. And the reason I say that is because none of the current classes like hybrid. So that would just be really bad. That would be really bad to get like the perfect gym that just cannot go with any class. Currently, you'll just have to wait till later. I got like 4 purples yesterday playing the Orcs Adventure. Oh yeah, that reminds me, guys. There is actually a new quest line out. There's a few quest lines that have already been out that we haven't done, which actually surprises me because this game, like I said, it's only been playable to the common folk. Not even the common folk, really. But it's been playable to the nobles for about 2 weeks now. And it already has a lot of content in it. I mean, it has a full Bloodrut storyline, Bloodrut Keep storyline, which we did last week. And then apparently it has a full Dragon Slayer lair with the Dragon Slayer storyline as well. Which I don't know how much of the story they have, because it just mentioned the Red Dragon. Gotta heal up. It just mentioned the Red Dragon. It didn't mention anything about the Onyx Dragon. Or the Dragon Hunters. Because I think there's definitely a thing called Dragon Hunter, which is a little different than a Dragon Slayer. Dragon Hunters are a little more hardcore, I think. And don't get me wrong, Dragon Slayers are hardcore. Dragon Slayers are super duper hard. Boom, dropping bombs. Don't mind me. About to check what I got. Ooh, we got a lot of stuff. Let's keep, I don't know. Let's keep the fighter helm, might be better. I accidentally clicked keep all. Okay, guys, the drop inventory thing is not very intuitive. I keep clicking either discard all or keep all. It is not, I don't know why, but it's not very intuitive. I'm just not used to it yet. So I literally just click keep all. I don't even know what I have now. Let me check it out. Let's get rid of all the commons. That's kind of the problem. I just accidentally kept a bunch of commons. So we're going to definitely get rid of those. I don't mind keeping uncommons, and I definitely don't mind keeping rares. Okay. We got a rare wizard cape. So I'm gonna dust the uncommon one. And let's see. Okay, everything else looks alright. Let me check my helms real quick. So, okay, I kind of understand. So, the reason it's set up like this, the reason why you can see your helm gems and your helms at the same time, and it's like that for everything else too, is so that we can actually look at our helm, and we can check out our current helm gem, and then we can go and click and compare it to our other helm gems in our inventory, and we can kind of click back and forth for comparison very easily. So definitely keep it like this. Do not take the enhancement gems out of the inventory the way they are, but I would still like to have a gem tab. I don't think that that's asking for too much. At least I hope that that's not asking for too much. By the way, guys, it says I've only been streaming for 25 minutes, but I know that's not right. I am so confused. Because, yeah, I'm so confused, guys. My stream definitely got messed up somewhere along the lines, but it's okay. Like, we're live right now, so it definitely doesn't matter. Anyways, yeah, very nice being able to click between this. So let's check it out. This fighter helm gem at uncommon gives us 485,247. Compare that to 485,247. Oh wow, 485,247, 485,247. It's the same thing. Same thing. 34 health. Is there a difference there? Nope. 34 health. Okay, we literally wait. Power 37. Power 30. Ooh, hold on. This one says power 37. Okay, I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna replace my current fighter helm gem with a different helm gem. Boom. Wait, why did it reduce the power back down to 30? It said my power was 37. And then it reduced it back down to 30. Okay, that's very confusing. Check my overview. My total power is 108, which actually makes me feel very good. We are much stronger by just equipping our 2 enhancements that we have. We got our armor enhancement, our helm enhancement. We have a basic weapon enhancement. And a basic cape enhancement, because I don't want to use my hybrid cape enhancement yet. That might actually become useful in the future. So back to farming. Don't want to leave the fellas. I definitely like all of our vibes here. With the Dage and the Doom Knight combo. The Shadow Sight. We have Dage and Shadow Sight going hard. Long live Dage. Long unlive the Shadow Sight. Old school triple OG. Old school triple OG stuff that I'm shouting out right there. Everybody should know about that. Okay, I feel like I've been left a little bit alone here. Everybody kind of stopped fighting. But that's fine. Healer's freaking triple S tier. By the way, why am I using healer class whenever I have fighter enhancements? A lucky armor? No. Because I already have a rare lucky armor. Okay. Class switch time, because I have really good fighter enhancements on. Putting on Dragon Slayer. Alright, let's get it. Oh yeah, group them all up. Perfect. Perfect, guys. Guys, the farming is just so smooth. It's so smooth. Like, the grouping, the coding of the enemies, the way the enemies work is really good, guys. Keep this up. Keep this up, Arctics. The way you can manipulate the enemies to sort of crowd around for close range AoE abilities is just very nice. You can tell that they spent some time making sure that worked correctly. Because it does seem to work a little different. Like, this game is just... Your actions actually have consequence in some... Not necessarily consequence, but they have reward at the very least. You are rewarded for making sure that the enemies are standing in certain positions whenever you use certain abilities. You're rewarded for putting that kind of thought into the game. And I like that. Alright, taking a quick break here to check. I'm just not interested in these enhancements. Very glad that people are actually here farming, though. See, I'm trying to get as many grouped up as I can. Okay, I got a nice little group here. Boom. Looking for that basic attack heal. Got it. Oh no. So Dragon Slayer does have some issues. I do have some quarrels with Dragon Slayer that I would like to point out. Basically, Dragon Slayer has an issue with basic attacks that I haven't really noticed from other classes. Like, the other classes were seeming to basic attack automatically pretty easily, whereas, for some reason, Dragon Slayer, I find myself standing idle a lot for some reason. And it could just be a player issue. It could just be a personal issue. But it doesn't really feel like it. That's basically issue number one. I feel like with Dragon Slayer, for some reason I stand... Like just then, I was standing idle right after using an ability. I should have been basic attacking whatever I last hit, but I wasn't. It just had me standing idle. That's one of my first quarrels with Dragon Slayer right now, I guess. My second quarrel, I gotta back out real quick. My second quarrel seems to be an absolute bug. Maybe that first thing I talked about just now was maybe more of a skill issue. The standing idle thing, maybe that's more of a skill issue. But this other thing, I'm having an issue where I will use an ability or a basic attack on some enemies with Dragon Slayer equipped, and for some reason it will like run, it will like dash my character instead of usually, like, I'll give you an example. Like, you see how my character is sort of in the bottom left right now by itself. If I click on an enemy, well, it didn't dash that fast, but it sort of like dashes to the enemy in order to basic attack them, right? Well, Dragon Slayer sometimes, instead of running towards the enemy to basic attack them, sometimes it'll run to the closest door. I swear to God, like, I'm not kidding. It actually will do that. It'll instead of running towards an enemy, this is an Arctics Entertainment call out right here. I'm basically just letting you guys know. Dragon Slayer, sometimes whenever you basic attack, instead of running towards an enemy, it will run towards the nearest door. And it completely will make your character out of position. It puts your character completely out of position. Once again, that could be a skill issue, but that one seems a lot more of a bug to me. So I'm pointing it out. Right here, for example, it just ran my character all the way towards the right side of the screen. Did you guys see that? I have the enemies in the middle targeted, but it's running my character to the right side of the screen for absolutely no reason, and it actually puts me out of range, so I can no longer use the ability I was trying to use. That is a huge problem. That's a bug. So, I'm pointing it out. Arctics Entertainment, if we could fix that, that would be awesome. It just did it again. It's running me all the way towards the right side of the screen whenever I use my Impale ability. It could be a bug with Impale. Not absolutely sure. We need to take a look at the movement whenever we use an Impale with Dragon Slayer. Sometimes has a movement bug where it completely sets your character off position. Just pointing it out while we're in the middle of this grind fest. I really like the music on this map, by the way. It's very nice. It definitely, like, I'm not really bored because of the music. I feel like the music is keeping me kind of hyped. How's the sound, by the way, guys? I'm going to check the sound. I haven't checked the sound all stream. I know that we've been going for a minute, but let me check the sound. I mean, my microphone's loud enough, but I was more concerned with you guys actually being able to hear the music. Can you guys hear the music? I don't think you can. Give me a quick second. There we go. I'm probably still going to be a lot louder than the music, but as long as you guys can actually hear the music. And do a quick check on that as well. Hell yeah. Seems a lot better. I like it. Let's get back to work. Make sure you're drinking your water today, by the way, guys. Stay hydrated. A little bit of the condensation from my water just spilled on me. Gotta love it. Didn't get on my phone. Okay, that's good. Looking really good. Nothing is quite able to hurt us or stop us because there's just so many heroes on the map right now. A lot of damage is being thrown around, a lot of AoE. Feeling really good. My abilities just aren't working for some reason. I think that glitch was happening again. We really need to work on that one, guys, for the Dragon Slayer class. So, yeah, apparently they added a new adventure, a new orc adventure, a new quest line. I'm saving that. We're gonna be saving that. We're probably gonna be doing that tomorrow. The orc quest line, and also there is a Dragon Slayer quest line. I've already mentioned this once today, but there's a Dragon Slayer quest line, and I really want to check that out, actually. Since I'm main Dragon Slayer class, I definitely need to be going and checking out the Dragon Slayer quest line and seeing if there's any good dragons to farm, and just checking out the quest line. There's probably some cool cutscenes, storylines, and stuff going on with that, especially if they added the Dragon Hunter thing, which I don't know, because the Dragon Hunter thing, if I remember correctly, it's a member-only storyline, and or it could just be a member-only armor. But I think it was a member-only storyline as well. And if that's the case, that means that it's probably still member-only. Because there is a thing, pretty much membership is in this game. They do have Legend. It's called Legend, I guess. They do have Legend in this game. Membership upgrade. The monthly subscription service that Adventure Quest Worlds provides. It's in this game. It's a cross-platform thing with Adventure Quest Worlds and Adventure Quest Worlds Infinity. So if you have membership on Adventure Quest Worlds, then that same account will have membership on Adventure Quest Worlds Infinity. Very important to point that out. Because there's actually no other way to get the membership. If you want membership on Adventure Quest Worlds Infinity, then you have to get membership on Adventure Quest Worlds with the exact same account. Otherwise, you're out of luck. We've been farming for a pretty good minute now. I imagine that we've gotten lots of gems. I should probably check it out. Open up our bag here. Yes, we got a fighter weapon gem. I'm gonna keep that. We got a rare wizard armor. Let's keep that. Rare hybrid helm. Keep that. Oh my goodness. We got an epic. We got an epic lucky helm gem. Let's keep that. We got a rare thief helm gem. Let's keep it. And that seems to be our best drops. We're going to discard the rest of this because I just don't care. Let's apply this fighter weapon gem. It's a rare fighter weapon gem going on our... Ooh, should we put it on the blood rat blade? Should I put it? That is what I'm using right now, but it's not like that's like part of my set. You know what? Hold on a second. Let's equip our Underworld Armageddon blade that goes with our current cosmetic set, because we're about to make this set no longer cosmetic. This this Undead Armageddon sort of armor set that we have with the armor helm. We have the entire armor helm, cape, and weapon. We're gonna put our best fighter gems on those items and make that set our fighter set. So let's see here. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Yeah, the only thing we care about is the fighter weapon gem right now. So we're gonna apply that to our Underworld Armageddon blade. It's going to give it +8 strength, +3 endurance, +2 dexterity at the cost of 2 intelligence. I don't mind. We don't need intelligence. Boom. We only want power. Now we have a rare gem in our weapon that matches our set. Pretty awesome. Continue the grind. Continue the grind. I'm going to look through my inventory, because we do have a lot of stuff that we could... I don't know if I want to say we could get rid of. This is kind of the problem with gyms, is that they start taking up a lot of your inventory space. And I mean a lot. I wonder how good Lucky is right now. Because I was talking about how none of the classes right now really want hybrid. I don't think any of the classes really care about Lucky right now either. To be fair, you could put Luck on almost every class, and it will put in some work because Luck just increases crit damage and crit chance. And almost every class would love some crit damage and crit chance. So, you know, Lucky is pretty good, actually. I wouldn't mind putting, like, having a full Luck build, because you could just equip any class almost at that point, and it would probably be pretty good, honestly. Like, you could put Luck on a mage, it'd probably be good. Put Luck on a thief, or a rogue, I mean, probably be good. At least that's how it was on Adventure Quest Worlds. I don't really know how it's going on in Infinity. I know one thing, I do like Luck on Rogue. Luck plus Rogue seems to be really good just because Rogue already does so much damage. And then you start, like, guaranteeing crit chance and increasing crit damage, and it all just starts, like, working together in the Rogue's kit pretty perfectly. So I really like crit, or I like Luck, to be more specific, because, like, you know, you could have a whole Luck build and sort of change to any class and it would probably be good. So having a Luck build sounds pretty good. But we're going for this fighter build right now. I don't feel like I'm noticing the damage change a lot, but I'm sure that it's changing. I mean, we're dealing pretty consistent 200s. It does seem that Dragon Slayer has the highest skill gap. Or, skill ceiling, I guess. Currently. I believe that, Dragon Slayer has... I think there's a reason that it's the strongest class. Well, I don't know. The stuff that Healer was doing earlier was pretty nasty. But I think the reason Dragon Slayer is the strongest class is also because it's the hardest class to play. Straight up. Because the way Dragon Slayer works, in case you missed the class live stream, the class test and review live stream, the way Dragon Slayer works is pretty much you, instead of mana, you just freely use your abilities and you stack this thing called Determination. And whenever you have at least 50 Determination, your next non-ultimate ability is basically enhanced. And then whenever you use your ultimate, you instantly get plus 50 Determination. So you get, whenever you use your ultimate, it's pretty much like you instantly get to enhance any of your non-ultimate abilities. And that's what makes it so high skill, I guess, is because, like, you gotta know what ability to use whenever you have the Determination. Which I'm not doing a very good job of doing that right now. That's the reason I'm mentioning it, is because I'm actually playing this class terribly right now. I'm just basically clicking random buttons and it's working. And I could just tell that this, if I was actually trying on this class, it would be a monster because of the way it works. Because basically you have the choice of you're basically sitting there and waiting until you have your full stacks of Determination, and then you have your choice of, well, do I want to hit with like a super hard hitting ability? Do I want to hit with a hard hitting ability that is also an AoE and a stun and a dash and a weaken, which, by the way, guys, that's usually the one you want to pick, or do I need to heal myself? And that's what makes it so high skill, I guess, is having those 3 choices, but only being able to make those 3 choices at certain times, and then using your ultimate to make that choice again, and then sort of just refreshing, reusing that entire combo system. I mean, it's an insane class. Dragon Slayer is a great class, insane class, very strong, very high skill. I recommend it to people who are familiar with Adventure Quest Worlds mechanics, battle mechanics, and things like that. Class combos, the way all that works. I definitely recommend it to experienced players, to veteran players. If you're not a veteran, I still recommend it because it's a good way to learn about combos and timing, and it's basically a way to fully learn how combat works in this game. Almost every combat mechanic, except for, like, I guess range, that's the one thing Dragon Slayer sort of lacks, is range, but that's why you also have a leap, so that you can just simply leap to your target. Right there, I chose to use the heal so that I can continue farming. And then I just refresh my ability. I went for a giant AoE right there instead of going for the stun. I went for like a triple or double hit AoE. So this class is all about, do you want damage and weaken? Do you want more damage, or do you need a heal? And that's this entire class. Very cool. Very fun. Otherwise, it's basically just very similar to Warrior. It's like Warrior with a heal. So much stronger than Warrior, though. I mean, you're getting an AoE stun. I'm not sure if Warrior has an AoE stun. I mean, I'll go equip it and look real quick. If Warrior's stun is single target, which I do believe it is, then Warrior is, that's why Warrior's A tier. Let's check it out real quick. I'll go equip it. And then check out the stun. Bash nearby targets with your shield. Okay, it says nearby targets. Stunning and knocking them off balance for only 2 seconds instead of 3, like we get with our Dragon Slayer. So, Warrior does get a 2-second multi-target stun, whereas Dragon Slayer gets a 3-second multi-target stun and weaken. I mean, Dragon Slayer is just dirty, nasty, disgusto. Boom! Stunned, weakened. Jeez, Dragon Slayer is just a nasty class whenever you get into this sort of environment where you don't have to worry about healing yourself all the time. There went our 3-hit multi-target AoE. And then here goes our... Oh, we didn't even hit that many people with our multi-target stun. Sadly. Okay, I really need to go check out my gems. See what kind of gems I've dropped. I just can't stop farming. It's so addicting, actually. Since it's so smooth and the classes are actually kind of advanced and everything. Like, this is very fun. This is super addicting, actually. Alright, let's check out what we got. Okay, we have a Epic Lucky Weapon. Let's keep that. Epic Lucky Weapon gem, definitely keep. We got a Rare Healer Armor gem, definitely keep. And that seems to be the best of what we got. So let's go ahead and discard the rest of it. I'm going to go ahead and start dusting our uncommons. I don't want anything except for rares and epics. I no longer care about uncommons. I just want rares and epics. That looks really good. Very nice, very cool. Alright, let's go back to farming. By the way, did I get a fighter cape yet? I don't think I have a fighter cape enhancement yet. I do not. Really, I need a fighter cape enhancement. The whole point of this isn't going for uncommons or rares, though. The point was going for epics. Which is kind of tough right now. We have a lucky weapon. I really like that. We have a lucky helm. I really like that. Do we not have a lucky armor? I thought we had a lucky armor. Oh, that's right. We have a rare lucky armor. That's actually pretty good. Then a hybrid cape, which is like our best cape. I'm not a big fan. We need some better capes. We need an epic fighter enhancement would be legendary for our Dragon Slayer class. Because the best thing we really have is probably hybrid for Dragon Slayer, and that's not even really that bad. So this is definitely one of the best ways to farm right now, guys. There might be a better one out there. I don't know about it. But if you're looking to farm some gems, go ahead and come on down to War Sneevil. Quibble, whatever this place is called. Quibble's Merchant, whatever. Here, it's right here. If you go to Grab, you can also get here by going to Gravelin. I already showed this once. Might as well show you again. Quibble's Missing Boxes. That's right. Quibble's Missing Boxes is the name of this map. Well, actually, War Sneevil is the name of the map, but the name of the adventure. Yo, Brad Danny, thanks for tuning in, bro. How's your day going? Hope you're having an excellent day. Lucky just increases crits. That's what I said, wasn't it? Also, are you watching the rolls on the stats of the epic enhancements? I'm not watching them because I have not gotten any duplicates. I have not gotten any duplicates. But, geez, the fact that you can get, like, a lucky enhancement that might actually buff your endurance if you get, like, a good roll is pretty cool. It's kind of confusing, too. The whole roll thing is actually kind of confusing because the whole point of an enhancement is to buff certain stats, right? Like, a fighter enhancement buffs your strength and your endurance, because fighters want strength and endurance. And then now that gets confusing whenever you have a random stat drop on your gems. Does that give you, like, if you get a fighter gem, can it also it'll have a lot of strength and endurance, right? It should naturally have a lot of strength and endurance. Could it also have a high roll and get, like, a bunch of luck involved and a bunch of, like, dexterity involved too, if you're, like, super lucky? Because that's what it seems like to me, and that actually seems kind of strong. I don't even know how that works. Like, you could get a fighter enhancement that buffs your intelligence more than your endurance. Possibly. I'm not actually sure. As soon as we get some duplicates, we'll be able to tell. I'm gonna wait and see if we get some, like, duplicate rare or duplicate epic enhancement gems. And then we'll do a little comparison and get an idea of what, like, rolls actually affect and what rolls look like. Because I don't even know what rolls look like right now. I'm just looking at a raw gem with raw stats. Nothing to compare it to. Oh, we need to get in this little horde right here. It's a nice horde. Boom. Dang it, they're just not grouped up enough. This is where Dragon Slayer starts coming a little bit tough because of the AoE. I mean, it's got tons of AoE, honestly. So it's kind of hard to complain, but it's got so much AoE, but then the monsters will not be grouped up sometimes. So it's like, oh no, I'm doing that thing again, guys. It just glitched me. It ran me all the way to the left side of the screen for no apparent reason. That's one of those glitches I was talking about. That's one of those Dragon Slayer specific glitches. Whenever I try to use an Impale, it'll sometimes just run me off to the side of the screen for no reason. I need to check my drops. Let's see. We got a deep armor. Keep that. Oh my goodness. We got a fighter helm gym epic. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's go ahead and keep this rare fighter helm too, just in case. Discard the rest. Okay, let's back out for a second. Let's do some maxing. Okay. So first, well, I thought we got a duplicate. We did not. So we still don't have anything to really compare to, but we can compare a rare to an epic. So here's our rare fighter helm, Jim, to be specific. Power 41, 38 health, only 4 strength, but 10 endurance, 6 dexterity, 3 intellect, 4 wisdom, and 7 luck. That's a super strange roll. Like, very low roll on strength, high roll on luck, and a high roll on endurance and dexterity. Like, let's check our epic. Let's compare it to the epic. With the epic fighter helm gem here, we have 6 strength and 12 endurance. I like that a little more. 6 dexterity, equal amount of dexterity and strength, and wisdom and luck. Oh my goodness, luck going out the roof. So let's compare our epic fighter helm gem to a lucky helm gem. An epic lucky helm gem. Gives us 5 strength, 9 endurance. Honestly, not that bad. 6 dexterity, not bad. 6 wisdom, not bad. And then an entire 11 luck. Huh. I really like our fighter helm gem here. I like the fact that it gives us plus 8 luck. That's like really good. Let's go ahead and apply it right now. Our first ever epic is about to be applied to our fighter armor set using our crowned Armageddon skull helmet. Boom, it's applied. Let's go check out what the stats are looking like. We got 6, 12, 6, 2, 6, and 8. Which is exactly what it said it was going to be. Nice. Okay. Do we have anything else? We have a lucky weapon. Hybrid cape. A lot of these same issues. I guess I'm going to go ahead and dust this fighter helm gem. Since it's only a rare and we got actually a pretty good epic. It's basically just a better version. And for the rest of this stuff, I don't really know. We are starting to get a little bit of a hybrid build going on if we want. And to be fair, we could just start combining hybrid luck and fighter enhancements on our fighter type classes, just because that's how good fighter type classes are. Oh, it looks like all of our farming friends have left. That's a shame. Let's see. So we've got a rare weapon, which is really good. Rare fighter weapon. I'm liking it. We have an uncommon fighter armor. That's a little bad. We have an epic fighter helm. That's really good. And we still only have a common cape, which is really bad. So we definitely need to continue farming. I was really hoping to pick up like all 4 of my epic fighter gems. The cape, helm, armor, and weapon. I was really hoping to find all of those during this stream. I'm not gonna lie, I know that's probably way too optimistic. But I really thought that it was possible, and honestly it is possible. But I'm not sure if it's going to be happening this time around, guys, because I'm kind of like starving and I need to eat some food. Not gonna lie. Basically what happened is I slept in pretty late today. I mean, first of all, I woke up pretty early to make sure that I could stream today for transportation purposes. And then after that, I went directly to sleep for like 4 more hours. for maximum resting, which meant that I didn't wake up till like 4 p.m. And then right after that, I took a shower, shaved, set up my streaming equipment, all of it, and made some coffee and literally got straight to streaming. That's been my day so far, guys. It is nearly 8 p.m. Holy moly. It's nearly 8 p.m. so this stream's definitely going to have to come to an end. I'm not going to end it yet. We're going to wait. I'm going to keep grinding. I'm going to grind till like 8. I'm not going to starve it up on stream, but I am going to be ending it soon. Whenever we hit good old 8 p.m. EST. So about like 17 more minutes, guys. 15 more minutes. Plenty of time. Did you tell anyone about the Lilith cores or Tiffany? No, I have not mentioned any Lilith cores or Tiffany today. I've just been more on a serious streak of like trying to show off how to get gems and showing off what gems do, even for the people that might be confused moving to this game to Adventure Plus Worlds. I mean, from Adventure Plus Worlds to this game, the gem thing can be pretty confusing. I've been trying to learn it myself, explaining the rarities and things and how rolls work. Ooh, a couple of rares. Keep those. Discard the rest. Our gem collection is beginning to look pretty nice. Not gonna lie. Very cool. But nah, I haven't mentioned any Lilith cores or Tiffany this time around. I don't know how I feel about enhancements working in PvP. What if a guy beats me for just having a lucky roll? Yeah. Honestly, I'm with you there. That's something that I wasn't like, it was probably in the back of my mind. I wasn't really thinking about it though. Like, what if they just get like super lucky? And they just beat you just because they, like, you have the exact same setup as them, but they just got like a little luckier of a roll, and that's why they win. It's like, really? They just literally got lucky, basically. Which, you know, I guess that's where part of the determination has to come from, making sure that there is no luck. You have the best of the best. You have the best roll ever because you sat there and grinded. You didn't stop until you got it. You know what I mean? And that's what's going to separate some PvP players from other PvP players. Like, casual PvP players might have strong rolls, but not the best rolls. Not the best possible rolls. Competitive, very highly competitive PvP players are going to have the best of the best rolls because they couldn't play properly until they had the best of the best rolls. Like, they couldn't play to their highest potential, and they knew it. And so they grinded for hours and hours and hours in War Sneevil, fighting literal 1,000,000 Sneevils until they finally had all of the best possible gem enhancements that they could have, the best possible rolls. And then they go to PvP finally and use those rolls to beat people who did not fight 1,000,000 Sneevils and who did not spend 500 hours grinding gem enhancements, you know? They beat everybody that did not do that. And that's their reward for spending 500 hours killing 1,000,000 Sneevils, is that they get to beat people who didn't in PvP. Now, does that sound fun? Hell no. That doesn't sound very fun at all. I really hope that's not like that. Which it easily could be. It easily could be like that, depending on how rolls work and stuff like that. But honestly, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of cool, I guess. It's kind of cool because it means that no two characters will ever be the exact same, hopefully, unless both those characters are wearing the exact same class and they both have the exact same mid-max gems on all of their armors and weapons. No two characters should be the exact same. whenever you're looking at their stat lines and their builds and everything, it's like the gyms should really set certain builds apart from others. Like, you might be a fighter that has like a min-maxed endurance and strength build with your gyms, but your extra rolls sort of put you into a luck class where you're dealing more crit than usual. You see what I'm saying? That all of a sudden makes it really cool, because you didn't have any control over the fact that you were going to have that extra luck. It's just what your rolls gave you, and you still got like the best possible rolls for what you were trying to go for anyway. And so the luck is just like an extra cherry on top, and it separates you from other similar fighters that are going for strength and endurance. You see what I'm saying? Like, maybe you're... Sometimes it can be worse than others, though. Like, you might be going for a fighter build, and then, like, your roll... Like, you got, like, the best possible strength and endurance roll, right? But it also gave you, like, a high intellect, and it didn't give you anything else. So it's like, the stats that it put into intellect are basically useless, because fighter doesn't use intellect at all. But you have intellect stats now, which doesn't make really much sense. And I can see how that would be an issue. It's like, well, you need to use that armor set for something that's maybe like hybrid, that wants to use strength and intellect at the same time. I'm sure there's a class out there that uses strength and intellect at the same time. So if you rolled strength and intellect and endurance all on one item, it's a little unlucky, but you can still make up for it and make use of that very high power item with high power stats by simply using it on the class that would love it the most. And I'm sure that there's eventually going to be a class out there that wants a combination of like all possible combinations of stats. Like, maybe it wants strength, endurance, and intellect, which is a little weird. Strength, endurance, dexterity, definitely more of a fighter thing. Intellects, wisdom, and endurance, for example. Now you're going to the mage, wizard sort of a thing. Maybe you want wisdom, endurance, and dexterity for some reason. That sounds pretty weird. It sounds like a very bad roll on an item. But if you get that roll, I'm sure there's a class out there that would like fulfill that role for you, that would really actually make it worth it. So basically, you know, I have faith, I guess. I have faith in these min-max gyms, basically. Like, the strongest possible gym you can get, even if like the rolls are technically terrible, maybe you can make use of them somehow. Like, I'm not talking about low rolls. We're talking about high rolls that are placed in unlucky slots, right? Maybe they don't fit the archetype you're going for. Well, if it's still a high-ass roll, you definitely want to save them. Like, you definitely want to save those gems and use it for a class archetype that it might actually be useful for. Like, seriously, like, looking here, you can see my strength and my endurance is pretty much my strength and my endurance and my dexterity is my 3 highest stats, which, like I mentioned, that's the fighter special. Fighters want the most strength and endurance they can get, and then they need dexterity to help them move around and navigate their huge damage and health. They need dexterity to give them extra speed to help, and movement to help navigate that. So 3 of the strongest things you get. Well, that means that for fighter or warrior or dragon slayer, whenever I'm playing a fighter type archetype, I need the highest possible strength, endurance, and dexterity rolls that I can get my hands on, right? But you never know. I could get unlucky. I could get strength and endurance, and instead of getting dexterity, I could get nothing but wisdom, right? Which kind of sucks, because like, okay, well, I didn't need wisdom. I needed dexterity, and it gave me wisdom, but like, it's super strong anyway. Like, what am I supposed to do? Well, there's a class archetype out there for you, man. You find that thing that wants that strength and endurance plus that wisdom. And it definitely exists, because basically what wisdom does is it buffs your mana, and I think it buffs your cooldowns too, but that's probably not right. It probably only buffs your your mana. Probably only buffs your mana. Mana spending, mana regeneration, and max mana is probably what wisdom affects. And mana, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, mana is a very important part of the game, very important part of classes, and so there's definitely going to be a class out there that's like, hey, you have a lot of strength and endurance and a lot of wisdom. I would love that. I especially need that extra wisdom on top to help me with my mana issues that I have. So you never know. You just gotta, you gotta min-max the gym farming, and you gotta min-max the class selection and the gym combination with those gyms. So just an important little pointing out there that I'm doing. This stream is all about gyms. It's just gyms, gyms, gyms. I'm totally cool with it. Hope that you guys have been enjoying the stream so far. We still got a few minutes. We can continue farming. See if I grab any more purples. And I'm sure that we're going to have some duplicates by the end of this. Some duplicate rolls. So we can sort of compare rolls. That would be pretty good. Not duplicate rolls, but duplicate gyms. So that way we can view the stat rolls on those gyms, see which one's better, and see what's more common to happen. Because I literally don't know. There's still a lot that a lot of specific things about gyms and gym rolls that I just don't know. So we might have to sort of split this stream up into 2 different streams. I might have to come back at some point, do some more farming and some more gym explanation. If I could find out really quick here, though, I think all I need to do is be able to look at one duplicate, and I'll be able to figure out how rolls work. Because we did get a duplicate earlier, and they were the exact same roll somehow. Like, tell me what the chances are. In case any of you missed it, I literally got a duplicate earlier, and I looked at them, and they were the exact same roll, guys. Every single stat was the exact same. And I didn't understand it. It confused the heck out of me. Because I'm like, how do I roll everything twice on this? So maybe that's not going to be happening for epics. Maybe that's like an epic... Maybe rolls are more of like an epic only thing. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's check out our drops. Ooh, didn't get anything except for a healer cape gem. Alright, let's... we can discard the rest of that. Okay. So for some reason it seems that lucky weapon gems increase intelligence by a pretty good amount. They increase strength by a good amount. Are we seeing this? I mean, this lucky weapon epic gem is giving me plus 13 intelligence, plus 7 strength. This rare lucky weapon gem is giving me plus 10 intelligence and plus 8 strength. And the epic one's only giving me 6 luck. The rare one's only giving me 5 luck. I mean, it's supposed to be lucky. It's giving me no luck. It seems like a terrible roll. What is wrong with these rolls? Super interesting comparison there. Okay, no duplicates. No duplicates. Oh, finally, a duplicate. We have 2 healer cape gems that are both rare here. 2 rare healer cape gems. So let's check them out. They both say power 41. One has 3 strength and the other has 4. They both have 11 endurance. One has 2 dexterity. The other has only 1 dexterity. They both have 7 intelligence, which is pretty good. One has 5 wisdom. The other has 6 wisdom. And then one has 7 luck and the other has 6 luck. So, wow, it's kind of hard to tell. Let me add this up. I got to figure this out real quick. So that's 14, 15, 22, 27, 34. 34 stats that you're getting total. Well, 30. Then the health. 34 stats. So that doesn't really translate into the power. Okay, let's see how much this one. 15, 16, 23, 29, 35. 35. This one's a little better. giving 35 total, whereas this one's giving 30. Let me do a quick recount. Recount 14, 16, 23, 28, 35. Oh, I might have counted wrong. Hold on. 14, 16, 23, 28, 35. Okay, they're both giving 35s. So that they have equal amounts of stats, but the placements are a little different. So I'm seeing it now. Like, it seems like a healer cape has pretty high endurance, because they both have 11 endurance. So it seems like a healer cape is probably most likely going to have a lot of endurance. And then the intelligence is, they both have 7 intelligence, which is pretty mid. I mean, it's high mid. So it's like, okay, high mid intelligence on the healer's capes, and then everything else is kind of like cherries on top, even though it's like high mid wisdom and luck too. Seriously, you get high mid wisdom and luck on healers, high mid wisdom to luck on healer capes, and then dexterity is very low, and strength is honestly pretty low, but you get a little tiny bit of strength in there too. If I had to pick one of these, I'm seeing how rolls work now. Kind of seeing how rolls work. So if I had to pick one, I mean, it's really, do I want extra luck or do I want extra strength is the main question, I guess. Do I want extra luck or do I want extra wisdom and strength? And I gotta be honest, I think I would just take the wisdom and strength for the extra mana, extra damage. Plus, I'm pretty solid on luck. So yeah, extra mana, extra damage, staying solid on luck, and everything else is the same. I think I prefer this healer's cape gem over this one. Personal preference. But that's pretty much how rolls work, I guess. Is, you know, whenever you get like 2 of the exact same kind of epic gem, you want to look at them to see which one actually fits the bill for what you're trying to do and what your class wants to do. Which one fits the bill. And always keep them, because always keep the very high rolls. Like, I'm not sure. They both have exactly 35, so that makes me think that they have 35 stats. They both have 38 health. That makes me think that duplicates are actually super similar. They're always going to have the same amount of stats, but where those stats are placed is what's sort of randomized. And that's where the roll comes in, and that's where you gotta hope you get a good roll. But anyways, guys, it is now officially 8 p.m. EST. I'm not gonna lie, my tummy is rumbling. I'm hungry. I want to go make some food, and I want to take a break and play some just regular games and stuff. By regular games, I mean probably just watch some YouTube and then play some League of Legends or something. I don't know. But this has been a lot of fun. I always enjoy playing some Adventure Quest Worlds Infinity on stream for you guys. It's been amazing. Like, I feel like it's been an amazing stream so far. I hope that you guys have enjoyed your stay here today on Caleb Smith TV. And make sure to tune in tomorrow. We're going to be doing some more streams tomorrow. Some storyline streams. We're probably going to be starting with the Dragon's Lair. The Dragon Slayer Lair tomorrow for Adventure Quest Worlds. So that's going to be, or Adventure Quest Worlds Infinity. We're checking out the Dragon's Lair map and killing some dragons, doing the Galanoth quest line, whatnot. It's going to be really cool. And then at some point we're also going to be doing the brand new orc adventure that they added, which I really have no idea about. I just know that orcs are involved, and yeah, don't even know what the orcs look like in this game, because I know in Adventure Quest Worlds they were called Horks with an H. They're called Horks. I have no idea what regular orcs are going to be looking like. I imagine they're probably still going to look just like Horks with an H. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed your stay here at Caleb Smith TV. I'm going to be signing out now. Go get myself some food. Make sure to tune in tomorrow. Don't forget, guys, join the official Dage fan club here. It's our guild here on Adventure Quest Worlds and Adventure Quest Worlds Infinity. That's the current name of our guild. Dage fan club, really repping the Dage. If you have Dage armor, if you have Dage weapons, if you're a fan of Dage, make sure to join the Discord and join the fan club, join the guild. You can join the Discord by using the Discord link below. It should be right there in the description. Yep, it's right there at the top of the description, guys. Go join the Discord, the official Caleb Smith TV Discord, and that'll sort of automatically make you a fan of the Dage fan club, of our Adventure Quest Worlds Affinity Dage fan club guild, because we have a little guild chat in there and a little voice chat in there that anybody that's part of the Dage fan club can join. Anybody that's part of Caleb Smith TV can join in there, really. But we're just kind of centralized in that little Caleb Smith TV Discord channel hub, so make sure to check that out. And yeah, that's going to go ahead and wrap up the stream. I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in, and I really hope to see you guys on the next one. Until then, this has been your friend Caleb Smith, signing out.